Really? So, welcome everyone here on SpeedGaming to yet another race in Metroid tournament. Week 5 is still going strong with 3 more matches today, at least 2 more tomorrow, and 1 on Sunday. All 3 matches here on SpeedGaming 2 today. First of them being Cameron versus CloudWrath. I'm around here. I will be commentating this first match for you today. We should be starting any second now. There were some issues to sort out, but we got everything in order, and yeah, looks like the countdowns have started. And the races go. As always, we are going to start at landing site. Want to get over to Alcove to get our first item. Looks like CloudWrath managed to get that dash over Alcove, and we start with a suit. That is Varia. And unfortunately, it appears that there are some more technical issues on Cameron's side. We see the game is lagging quite heavily. It does not seem like that is how it's supposed to be. Let's hope that Cameron gets things in order. Oh, is that boost? That looks like boost here in Nursery? I mean, I'm getting better at room names, but there are still some and are not as secure as I'd like them to. Looks like we do have space jump boots here on Hive Totem for CloudWrath. Attempting the scan dash to get around the fight. Not completely getting it. And deciding to, yeah, probably not worth it, or maybe just accidentally stepping into the fight. Either way, just take the fight. Don't spend too much time on it. And see from there. Space jump boost for CloudWrath. A nice upgrade in mobility for us. Don't have to worry about having to look for them all over the place, as some seeds in this tournament would have wanted you to. No missiles though, so we have not really any ways to check much in Rune Gallery, as we do not have any more either, which is probably on Grapple Edge. I didn't catch it 100%, but it didn't really look like Spider, and here in Nursery it cannot be Morph Ball itself, since we do need it to get that item, at least logically. And it did not look like Spider either, so yeah. Most likely Boost Ball. Oh, CloudWrath here, barely surviving. Launcher here from the half pipe. Interesting, so we could decide to just turn around and check Hive Totem again, or behind Hive Totem. And the first gallery item. But I mean, you know that there's a Morph Ball right then and there, and while this jump is technically not in logic, for these beginner settings that we do have, it would be really nice to have. Right, so managing to get that Morph Ball. And immediately taking it towards Ruined Shrine. We do have 2 items that we can check here. No bombs though. It looks like more missiles. And that's an artifact here. Farming some health, being a bit careful here. Morph Ball does prevent most of the damage here, but yeah, we still do not have any E-tanks, so yeah. Health is still a somewhat valuable resource. And now CloudWrath going back. Let's see if we check the 2 more checks that we do have unlocked with the missiles now, or if this is just the warp, and looks like we are checking those 2 more checks. It's an interesting situation. We do have a very early Varia, together with that first E-tank here now. So we could technically be expected to go into Magmore to get our bombs. And since we are here pretty close here to the lava lake elevator anyway, we might just go all the way to there. Oh, nope, turning around. Like, it would have been an option to go all the way to lava lake. If there's nothing, take the safe wall out of early Magmore, go check Artifact Temple and Frigate Crash side. It looks like CloudWrath has other ideas or wants just maybe do that. Oh, nope, peek Rune Gallery first. The item in the tunnel. See if we get good visual for it. That looked like a missile. And now we are safe warping. So no early play towards bombs and lava lake, which is quite understandable. It is a long way for a single check. We do have a few other options open to us. But I mean, early Varia is always... Oh, I actually missed those bombs under the ship though. That makes much more sense now to go grab those first before you go into Magmore. Maybe having a bit of a talk with Mentor, or maybe now catching up on the restart that is probably in the cards here, since Cameron was not yet able to fix the problems in time. So it looks like we will be actually having a restart of this race. I mean, maybe a bit sad about the seeds. Was a nice start. Get bombs early, get space jump early. Maybe not so nice. We also get Varia early, so we do have a lot of options, or more the decision of going to head to Magmore or to further into Chozo. But overall, I'd say this is a more comfy starting set of items than some of the other races we had. While we wait for the new race to be set up and hopefully sort out the remaining technical issues on Cameron's side, maybe a quick shout out to the mentors that we have today. CloudWrath is assisted by Nye the Bath, and Cameron has Astral Echoes as a last-minute mentor coming in there to aid. And since question is being asked in chat now, yes, we will be having a new seed, obviously, since there was already some start into that first seed. It wouldn't be an quite neutral race anymore. So if a race is restarted, of course we will be starting from the very start with a new seed. It has already been generated. And yeah, we're just waiting for Cameron to come back into racing setup. And hopefully this time we get it all working. It's not that we necessarily have a time issue here on our side. The next race on this channel will be the next race from this tournament at 4 p.m. Eastern. So here we do have a bit of space that we can use. But yeah, to give a slight preview, maybe you probably don't want to miss that next race that comes after this one between Bello Koikuini and Ivy Paw, because that is they're both runners in this mentor tournament that have gone undefeated so far, and will be deciding who will remain undefeated throughout this first stage here and who will take the first loss of the tournament later. But yeah, that's in the future. For now, we are waiting on CloudWrath and Cameron to set up again. And then start this race again. I mean, question, can the mentors generate seeds? I mean, everyone can generate seeds with the settings. That's not the problem. But for tournament purposes, it's usually the case, and I don't think there's any difference for the Metroid Prime Mentor Tournament, that seeds will be generated by the tournament organizers and only by them. And in case of involvement of one or more of the organizers themselves, they will take care to not be involved in generating the seeds for the races they are involved in. So if, for example, Baja Blood or some of the organizers would be mentor of the runners, then the seed would be generated by someone different that is not involved in the race itself. So, yeah, official seeds for the races will always be generated by a neutral tournament organizer or a bot that they have set up to do so. But yeah. We're just waiting here on Cameron to do the final touches and hopefully fixing the problems they had so far. CloudWrath is back in action and ready to go again. So we hopefully do not need to wait much longer. Yeah. Maybe one more thing that we can actually mention, although it's not too big of a surprise probably, but there are no runner agreements for this race, which is the case for most of these races that I've seen so far. There are occasional agreements here and there. A few springboards have been enabled, or some nothings have been replaced with other stuff, but most of the time for this tournament, I think the runners are already enough of or have enough things to think about, so they don't necessarily want to deal with something that would change the seed. But it looks like we have both our runners back into action. You see the race time countdown has been started again, so we should be catching up to them momentarily. And hopefully we will get a good race now without any technical problems. almost making first stage very fast here, but it definitely looks much better than the first attempt here. And this time we start with a morph ball, so we will immediately get the item under the ship. Which is nothing. Okay, never mind. We won't get an item under the ship. So yeah, we will make our way over to Hive Totem, because I don't think we have much else that we can access right now, because we do not have anything that yeah, opens up some locks that we would have otherwise. What do we have on Grapple Edge? That looks like some sort of missiles. That might have been an E-Tank on half pipe. I couldn't quite catch that. Oh, that's definitely an E-Tank on Vault Ledge, though. Nursery this time only with some more missiles. Camera actually wanting to take a safety save here before the Hive Totem fight. Maybe in case of attempting the dash to skip the fight and falling into the ace too many times. And CloudWrath deciding first attempt did not go very well, lost quite a bit of health, and deciding probably not worth the risk to give it another attempt. Let's see how CloudWrath is dealing with this dash. Solid attempt. Maybe turned a bit too early though. Didn't really dash. Second. Too far into the wall. It's getting a bit low on health here. Now, 49. Okay. Not the way I've seen it most of the time, but it works. And we have our launcher and immediately an ice beam after I thought them, and some indecision, wanting to go maybe for a Vault Edge or not, or yes or no. Maybe don't want to jump out here because we are not having that much health. And it looks like CloudWrath actually wanting to turn around and check whatever is in a rune gallery now that we do have missiles. This will allow Cameron to peek what's in Vault, but yeah, maybe turning around was the better idea, given that there were space jump boots in Rune Gallery behind the missile wall. and they make movement much easier. I did not catch anything on that peak for Gallery Tunnel. Looks like Cameron is going towards Ruined Shrine here, which I think was just a nothing. Yeah, those Bastion boots would have been certainly nice to have for CloudWrath, and yeah. Bastion boots are the one thing, but having health, at least one, probably another good thing. And CloudWrath kind of lost all of that here, so yeah, that's an restart. That is very unfortunate. And it is pretty much 6-minute time loss. And you know that you don't need to pick up the nothing under the ship now. And you know that you should definitely turn around after getting the missile launch and the ice beam for the space jump boots, but you still have to go over. You might have to do the fight again if you don't get the skip. That's a long time. If you get the skip though on CloudWrath's side, you save at least a bit of the time spent here. Meanwhile, Cameron going for artifact hints. Still without space jump. So yeah, not the nicest movement options that we would like to have at this point, but fully bad. We have a wave beam on Artifact Temple. Phase on Mining Tunnel. So yeah, there's no Ridley into the Tower of Light. PCA. To no one's surprise. Metroid Quarantine B, a lot of artifacts in the mine. And Dynamo. Huh. I mean, checks out that we have to do Omega Pirate because, let's be honest, if you race in this tournament, you have to do Omega Pirate. So the one thing that we do not have to worry about is getting the hint from Ridley, because we do need the Phazon suit already for an artifact. Which makes it not really better, because that means we need to find the suit that can be pretty much anywhere in the game without having any help. So yeah. Probably hope that we find that sooner than later, somewhere on the way. Surely there is no way that the Phazon suit is actually vanilla and we have to go turn around back to go to Phazon Mining Tunnel after fighting OP, right? That will never happen. Start the expansion here in Transport Tunnel B. Yeah, let's see what Cameron is going to do with this wave beam that we got from Artifact Temple and the ice beam that we have found already. No barrier suit, so yeah, not too much that we can do with it. And CloudWrath dying again on the Hive Totem fight. Oh no. That is so unfortunate. I mean, at least this dash towards Alcove is working pretty well for CloudWrath. You have to wonder though if it might now be a better idea for CloudWrath to actually take the safety save over at Gruant Nursery before attempting Hive Totem, just so you don't have to collect Morph Ball and get over here again. Yeah, Cameron now on the way to collect that space jump, and that will allow us to do a little bit more in Chozo. Some nicer movement. Cameron now with space jump taking a free tank here in half pipe. And CloudWrath is taking that safety save this time. As Cameron has made way over back to Ruins, trying to get the Morph Bombs up here. That means we can do another check right down there. And of course we also do have Wave Beam, so we can do Tower of Light. Which we know there's an artifact on top, but there's another item in a Tower Chamber. Let's see if Cameron is able to get the dashes here. Nope, slipping off. Might as well do Tower Chamber first. Very nice lock jump. Get super missiles. Means we can now collect the tree item on our way out. Don't need to peek it, just shoot it open. Only 10 missiles right now though, so yeah, if we want to get that artifact here from Tower of Light, we will need to complete this set of dashes. Oh, bonking into the pillar. That's not what you want to do. Okay. Ice Beam and Missile Launcher collected again for CloudWrath, going back for the Space Jump Boots. This time, hopefully, maybe taking another safety save. Oh, there's the artifact for Cameron. lower Rune Shrine. Just having more missiles. But we still take them right now. Another peak attempt here for CloudWrath. I don't think that were missiles there. Didn't really look like an E-tank either. Huh. So might be something somewhat useful here in Gallery Tunnel actually. I did not get a good look though. Just some missiles in a tree for Cameron. CloudWrath picks up that E-tank. Looks like Cameron is going back for that Gallery Tunnel. That might be Varia. Not sure. No, it was an ice spreader. I mean, sure, why not? Reasonably useful against Exolator. Unfortunate thing for CloudWrath here is with not having been to Artifact Temple and therefore not having Wave Beam, no way to check Tower of Light here. So we'll be missing out on the super missiles for now. We've seen that they are not immediately important because the tree does not have anything. And given that there is an artifact in Tower of Light, CloudWrath will have incentive to go there at some point. The question is, how comfortable or how confident is CloudWrath in climbing Tower of Light without missiles? Because if you're not, then you might delay that for quite a bit of time, and then the supers might actually be punishing. We'll have to see though. For now, CloudWrath. For now, Cameron making the way into Mid-Chozo. See what we do have here in Watery Hall access. Nice E-tank. Definitely not complaining about those early on. Especially with the Watery Hall item potentially being something that you want to collect. We also do know that there's an artifact in Dynamo, so let's find out if we can just grab it or if we do need Spider Ball to get that too. Which, I mean, we do know that we would logically need Spider Ball at some point for lower mines. But it can be interesting to know if we do need it for the artifact or if there's maybe provisions. And we do get the artifact early, so there could be something locked behind Spider Ball still in here. Meanwhile, CloudWrath on the way to Artifact Temple will be getting that Wave Beam now. And the hints for the artifacts. Just a missile expansion here in Lower Watery Hall. So not really worth bothering to pick up. CloudWrath now checking out Phases Mining Tunnel, Chapel of the Elders, Treasure Ruins, PCA, Metroid Quarantine B, and Dynamo. And that's a plasma beam here in Gathering Hall. Okay. 20 minutes in, all beams collected. Which means we can just finish out clearing Chozo here. Still no Varia, so there's not really much else that we can do right now. Gonna go to Burn Dome. Just some more missiles for CloudWrath. And there is Boost Ball in Burn Dome, which is quite unfortunate for CloudWrath, because CloudWrath is going for the frigate crash side climb here, which I certainly do not blame them with Wave and Ice Beam. But yeah, will be missing out on that Plasma Beam for Elder Chamber. And yeah, we're also not getting that Boost Ball immediately to for Life Grove, which granted we don't really can do without power bombs, but the way this is going, we might just find them here on the way. Hello, Thermal. And this is a stack beginning, and yeah, this Thermal might just actually make me think about Varia maybe being in mine. Because we're not missing much for that to happen anymore. And CloudWrath actually saying, you know what? I'll take this turbo and check out Cargo Freight Lift. Because that is in logic. Now it is quite a bold decision, because if you get Varia in Upper Chozo here still, I mean, yeah, either Gravity or Varia, this might not be the thing to do, and it is quite a slow check for it, and only a single check, but I mean, with how things were going, like this, it kinda points a bit towards it, so yeah. I mean, CloudWrath had that unfortunate start with dying 2 times now, and knows that you have to make up some time, probably, most likely. And this would be a very, very good way to make up some time if you go for it early. Now, granted, even if it is Gravity here and we can actually continue, without boost, CloudWrath cannot open up the path to Life Grove, so would maybe later have to do in bar skip. And will also still be missing Plasma and boost for upper mines, potentially lower mines. So continuing from here might not even be that helpful, but if there is something here, and there certainly can be, we can take a safe warp out. And it's main power bombs. Interesting. Now, while this is a decent find for CloudWrath, it is not necessarily crippling for Cameron to not have them. Because just finding a power bomb expansion will be enough to do whatever is necessary that we are supposed to do with these power bombs. It might just take a bit longer since you have to farm a bit more. And it might also be more inconvenient later for the essence fight, but it is not necessarily a game-winning find here for CloudWrath. It is at least good logic knowledge, and now with boost would be a way to get into life growth if CloudWrath gets boost. But that's unfortunately over in Burn Dome, so quite a bit away from where CloudWrath is going now. Going back for late Chozo. And speaking of power bombs, yep, there is the first expansion for CloudWrath here in Hall of the Elders, which Cameron can also check Elder Chamber, and that CloudWrath will not really be able to on the first trip because of not having plasma. So yeah, while this is a good logic read here from CloudWrath, it will remain to be seen how much it is actually helping. Because CloudWrath does have an power bomb too. Can look at anti-chamber, just an E-tank, but we do have ice to get out, so might as well take it. It's lying right there. And now with that power bomb found, Cameron can actually check life growth. Maybe I should mark that boost ball too. CloudWrath also getting the E-tank from anti-chamber. As we have a wave buster in grade 3 chamber. Nicely done with the spider skip for Cameron. Doing the power bomb here. Might actually want to farm one before going into life growth. Well, nothing here in this spinner. And we have gravity over here. So, yeah, okay, no, gets the power bomb here. Good knowledge. Wasn't 100% sure about that if they do appear, but yeah, can do it this way. But yeah, from the looks of it, we do have upper mines access. Without access to Magmol. Just an E-tank here over in Life Grove. So yeah, nice jump out for Cameron. Wants to form one more power bomb apparently. Yes, CloudWrath gets that power bomb expansion too. And Cameron not going for the bar skip here. Could have been an interesting decision to make. Because gravity kinda points you towards it. On the other hand, Cameron does not have thermal yet. Has not checked Overgrown Cavern, so definitely wants to do that check. And yeah, from there might just go through Frigate because Seed is kinda telling you to go that way. Thermal for Cameron. And now is there the decision point. I absolutely would not blame Cameron to say, well, this seat is telling me go to Frigate, I'll go to Frigate. Take a look at the crash site, just a missile. And yep, looks like we will see Cameron just saying, you know what? I have done everything I can do, pretty much. That is in logic, except for a certain plant. And the seat is kinda telling me to go do Frigate, so let's just go do Frigate. It is 3 checks on the way, we get into upper mines. And we can even make our way into lower mines if we want to. It should have been boost for CloudWrath, by the way. Did not quite catch it, but I remember it was being here. Oh no, this was not plasma. Plasma was gathering power. Which should be picked up right now. Oh yeah, what is CloudWrath gonna do? Oh, there's still Watery Hall. Do we need Spider for mines? Logically, oh yes, absolutely. At least for lower mines. I mean, upper mines, not. We can just go through the ship in there. And we can get... Well, I don't think we have grapples, so we might not be able to get Storage Depot B in logic. Not 100% sure. Like, we can get it. I'm not 100% sure on the logic there, though, if it's actually in beginner logic to get it without grapple at this point, without Spider 2. Bigger question, though, is probably, are our runners comfortable enough to skip Spider entirely for low mines? Because if so, CloudWrath really is only looking for that Phazon suit. So let's see what's here in biohazard containment. That's a spider ball. Oh boy. So yeah, CloudWrath, after that unfortunate start, trying to make up for time, going for the early frigate play, getting main power bombs there, and being punished for it, for not going into mid-show first. Because everything else was just waiting there, leading Cameron to grab gravity and thermal on the way to frigate, having done all the other checks there, so there really was no point to not do frigate. And yeah, that's exactly what the seat wants you to do. Like, the only saving grace that I potentially could see for CloudWrath here is Phazon suit being on plant. And CloudWrath doing that now, which looks like CloudWrath is at least intending to do. Nothing in Hydro Access Terminal for Cameron here. But yeah, Cameron is good to go. Just need to find Phazon. Looks like CloudWrath missed one of the scan points. Maybe this one right here. Oh, or not, just fell down for unknown reason. I'm not sure. Oh, it's plant time for CloudWrath. And there is realistically only one thing that we can find here that would be of any help at this point. Then we're making a safety save, energy refill. Right, we don't have X-ray yet. Okay, there are two things. I mean, we got so much, I actually forgot that we don't have X-ray, because by this point I kind of expected it will be found already. But, I mean, a vanilla warrior suit would probably not help that much, which also seems unlikely given the seat's logic so far. Unless the Phazon suit or X-ray are actually a Magmo, which that would be allowed then, and that's a grapple! Oh. Okay. Huh. Well then, sure. That just means our minds are even more entirely in logic, except for OP. And Cameron actually showing that grapple would maybe something nice to have right now. Not seeming comfortable with the dash over to waste disposal. Probably should not matter much, but would be certainly nice to have if you are not confident in the dash. Nothing in security XA though. Cameron trying to peek. Storage depot A. Getting a bit bullied by this last stealth pilot. There we go. Looks like just a power bomb expansion. Nothing we need to worry about. CloudWrath making their way over to Tower of Light to collect that artifact and find super missiles while you're at it. CloudWrath only on 15 missiles though. Does not need to peek the towers, but needs to complete the dashes. And we do get still a peek, or is it just to save that first jump? Because CloudWrath should know that this is an artifact. May just have forgotten about it and after this start. Nice first dash though. Nice second dash. Very well done. No problems at all. That's the artifact for CloudWrath. And we'll get some super missiles as a bonus. Cameron dealing with the Phazon Pirate for some more missiles. And CloudWrath not getting a missile drop here. Maybe wanted to shoot open the tree, but does not have enough missiles to fire a super. And looks like we might get magma pool here from CloudWrath with that newfound grapple. Oh, maybe turning around. To peek the tree at least. Or not. Oh, right, we don't have Varia. What am I talking about? We could do it with a dash, but it's not a logic. And just some more power bombs over here in Elite Research. So, yeah, storage depot B. Let's see if Cameron is gonna do that ore processing climb. Or if we just go into lower mines, because we can. Picking up that missile expansion here to have a super for the tree. To just find another missile expansion. And is now gone back to the ship, most likely going for life growth, potentially. And then do frigate with that gravity suit that we will find over there. Like there might be some communicating happen with the mentor. And yeah, looks like Cameron is not gonna bother with storage depot B and is just gonna straight go into lower mines. This could be a chance for CloudWrath to maybe get some time back. Pirates done with for Cameron. Okay, we're gonna get this look at Root Cave. No X-ray, so not a lot yet, but we can get both upper items here. And it would be quite a big find if X-ray, or not X-ray, if Phazon would be here. Actually, now that I think about it, there's not much that can actually be here. Phazon and Turtle. Huh. I mean, Phazon still would be a nice find, because then you don't need to go back for a Phazon mining tunnel at some point. Just can collect that on the way. Oh, CloudWrath unfortunately falling before that very last platform. Kinda looks like an intention bench shaft. Go. And that's is actually Phazon suit up here in Root Cave. So we're gonna check our war chamber, which I don't think can anything needed at this point, given that we only need X-ray. And even with barriers here, that's extra lock, so extra cannot be Magmore. But that's potentially the ticket back into this race for CloudWrath. Because remember, we do have an artifact in phase on mining tunnel, so there is no hint for this phase on Cameron will need to find it on its own. And given that we are not unlikely to find barriers here in Lower Mine, could be potentially baited into Magmore. Now, granted, you probably would do Root Cave on the way to Magmore, so I don't think it will necessarily be that someone's gonna last locate that phase on, but there is a chance for it there. And again, Cameron has not checked Storage Depot B. If X-Ray is actually in there, that could be a lot of time loss here for Cameron incoming. And CloudWrath, once doing the frigate, will be here on the path to Gomor. Now, still needs to pick up that gravity first, and then actually deciding to go to frigate and grab that spider, or just saying, I don't need spider, I just go to mines. Which, given that we also still looking for X-ray, might not be the best idea. It's not likely to happen, but and given that we don't have X-ray and it was not up to Central Dynamo, I do think logically Metroid currently A is X-ray locked, so no real point for Cameron to go any further in there. Which means we gonna go up to workstation. This feature is something. We do have that spider ball to climb all the way up to Magmore workstation. The back of Magmore is actually not heated, so we do not need barrier to go there. We do still have phase on processing center. That's one last check. Actually, do we need the X-ray here for the climb? I don't think so, right? Just some missiles here. What is CloudWrath gonna do here? Has not been to life growth here, so there are 3 checks left for CloudWrath in this area. One of them being that gravity seed that we know. Oh wait, this was Wavebuster. Where was gravity? Was it an Elder Chamber? Oh, that would be annoying. I think it was an Elder Chamber. I've made it to Magmore workstation. And that's just some missiles here. And it's not going into the back of fence run. So plasma processing? If I'm correct, this is the only other check that is in logic here for Magmore without Varia. And it would actually meet Grapple, which we know is available. I'm not sure how much faith Cameron and Experimenter have in knowing that Grapple is available. There's gravity. It was actually life growth. Okay. So yeah. Big question will be here for CloudWrath. Do you go through Frigate given that you have gotten the main power bombs already? Or will we actually maybe try bar skip and risk leaving 2 items behind, hoping to make up some time? Which would be unfortunate, but not necessarily spelling trouble for CloudWrath if they were comfortable with skipping Spider, or at least able to do this in recent time. So Cameron apparently putting off plasma processing for now, going into the back of Andrana. Taking safety or pivot safe here probably first, getting that E refill. CloudWrath makes it out of a life growth. Okay, Cameron, what now? No grapple for quarantine monitor. Do have everything to do farthest though. We can do Farfan and we can do labs. Forward and backwards, where we have access to the backhand right now. Looks like at least an attempt on Qmon, or not? Nope. Looks like we will get at least Farfan first, or the very least labs backwards. Which is not necessarily a problem. It looks like labs backwards, because we do have supers and wave, so we can just go to Thardis the normal way. Let's not do the research core. And I mean, Farfan might be a bit uncomfortable for Cameron too because of no grapple. So yeah, that grapple fight on plants might be becoming stronger and stronger. Question is though, now that we do have Spider, that CloudWrath is actually taking the path to ships, so we'll be getting Spider in. That means CloudWrath is here on path to finish. Potentially. Depending on X-Ray, which could be in a lot of places. So the unfortunate thing here for CloudWrath is without that X-Ray you cannot really finish up the lower mines loop. There's not much point to, because we have seen all the locations X-Ray can be in lower mines. The big question mark is storage depot B. I'm pretty sure Cameron did not check it when they were in ore processing because of the way they routed. So if X-Ray is actually in storage depot B, which is not impossible, CloudWrath here is on a very, very good way to finish. X-Ray is here in Fendrana, this could get very, very interesting. Oh, that's just anything here. Control tower. See if Cameron manages to skip the fight trigger here. Just need to open to the door without triggering it. Well done. Not in an observatory. There's a spider ball for CloudWrath. Just in the tank and research lab Hydra. So, yeah. Front of Fendrana left here for Cameron, then Bardus, and back for far Fendrana. And all that looking for X-ray and phase pursuit. With yet another E-tank. Some more missiles over at Ice Ruins West. canyon. As CloudWrath has managed to get over to the upper mines. With Spider Ball, with Grapple, so has the ability to check everything that's available in here. Will not find much, but there is one chat yet not done, but it will not be X-Ray because that is in Bandrana Canyon. So, big question for Cameron. What to do now? Still looking for Phazon, so most likely finishing out Bandrana while you're here. There's an artifact over in Chapel of the Elders, so might as well grab that. And do all the checks we do need to do anyway. But then what? We could find Varia here, which might lead Cameron to actually favor doing Varia checks over our Bandrana in search for Phazon. Grabbing that missile here in main quarry. Let's see if we do go left the normal, mines the normal way, looks like it. Checking Chozo Ice Temple for an E-Tank. There's the artifact that we know, or we should know, is here. Should not be too hard of a fight. We do have enough power bombs to get plasma beam. Yep, that's the fight. And this artifact number 3 for Cameron. Triple table, thank you. Ice runs east, 2 more checks, and then, yeah, what then? That's the big question. Oh, that's not a barrier shield, that's just some missiles. And also just some missiles over on the spider track. no barrier to be found, which means we're gonna go to farthest. And then back into lower mines, because we now can clear them out. So might as well do that first. Or maybe check the item in Shoreline Sea first, which are just more missiles. Yep, looks like Cameron is turning around. This probably means we're gonna go to Stardust. Is one additional check that we had access to for quite a bit now. There's really not much else options. Yep, there we go. Meanwhile, CloudWrath almost done with the upper mines loop. Will then start the way into the lower mines. Will unfortunately not find X-ray on the way. So we'll be forced to turn around in front of Omega Pirate. Or even earlier if you don't want to do X-ray, let's switch. At this point, if you pay attention to logic, you should probably turn around from X-ray to this one. For processing line does have grapples, so can just grapple up to the storage depot B. First jump. This is the second. That's the standard that you know on the second level. And now just one grapple up to the top. Wrong side for the item. Even the pirate first. Save. That's going over. And we do have a missile expansion here. Storage depot B. So no barrier. Going towards the lower mines. Almost done with Stardust. Let's see if we go for the power bomb for the last phase. And looks like it. Go. And Stardust done. For a missile expansion. Which means Cameron likely gonna go into Far Runner. Not much else that we can do at this point. Big question is, are we seeing an attempt on quarantine monitor? CloudWrath is over in plasma phase-on processing. And no quarantine monitor attempt here for Cameron. We do not have grapple. Yep, that looks like we are gonna see Forfend Runner. CloudWrath shooting turrets and climbing base on processing center. So, yeah, CloudWrath will get to that X-ray eventually. So, with that find, CloudWrath will be in a prime position here to actually get back into this race and get away with the win, even after that unfortunate start. Big question or big decision point for CloudWrath will still be go towards labs first or do Power Runner. Could decide to go for plasma processing center. Plasma processing does have that grapple available too. I did not really pay attention to what was in Rabbit Chamber, apparently just 2 missiles. Let's see if Cameron can manage to get to security cave and storage cave without grapple. Go. And CloudWrath is indeed doing plasma processing. Skip the spider maze. Or at least attempt to. Go, that's the first one. Second one. And we are up. Just more missiles. Slightly easier platform with this slightly lower. That should at least get Cameron over to storage cave? One of the two. Or some more missiles. Let's see which variant are we going to. Going for the standable. Oh, well, this works. And there we go, all the way to the top. Or even more missiles. So yeah, looks like no Varia in Farband Runner 2. That leaves us with... Huh. Is Varia actually in lower mines? Behind that X-ray that we should go back up for? The Phazon suit is in logic now. No. Ah, here it is. In Frost Cave. It actually was down here. I am just not good at peeking items. Or identifying them. Huh. So that allows Phazon in Magmore now for Cameron, which unfortunately looks like Cameron is understandably getting baited into. CloudWrath starting that farthest fight you actually with Power Bomb. So yeah, this most likely means for Cameron gonna clear up Magmore fine. Flamethrower, because it has to be somewhere. But that's about it. The remaining artifacts are in processing center access, Phazon mining tunnel, and I wanna say Fungal Hall B. Not 100% sure on that last one anymore, but pretty sure it was 3 times mined. Metroid Quarantine B. Yeah, CloudWrath doing farthest here with Quarantine Monitor 2 probably means CloudWrath wants to head into early fan first for the artifact. And that's exactly where CloudWrath needs to go to find X-Ray on the way. Cameron back into Magmore. We'll probably go to the front for now. Check all of that for nothing. And nope! We are warping. That might... Nope, we are not warping. Okay. Yes, we are, or no, we aren't? Yes, we are? No, we aren't? Oh, Cameron very undecided what to do. Ultimately, apparently going for Magmore. Which, unfortunately, will not be the correct decision. CloudWrath. Yeah, on the way to Rune Courtyard. Getting closer and closer to that X-ray, which will be go mode. Because who needs a barrier? CloudWrath for sure does not. Eating here out of Courtyard. And as expected, on the way over to Chapel of the Elders to grab that artifact. Will be... I think there was an E-tank. No, that's what I mentioned here. And yep, turning around, going over to Canyon, which means CloudWrath about to find X-ray and getting into complete go mode. While Cameron doing a lot of checks here in mag mode that neither runner has done yet, but unfortunately will also not find anything that will be helpful in any noticeable way. There's X-ray for CloudWrath. Gotten into go mode. And now just hunting down all those artifacts. Just 6 E-tanks. I don't think picked up Ice Spreader. But that should be way more than enough to finish this race. So no real need to check any additional items. You could maybe do Chozo Ice Temple if you really want to look out for more E-tanks. Which I do think actually had one. But yeah. I don't really think CloudWrath is in any need to do this, so yeah, this will just grab Chapel of the Elders, then head straight back to Lower Mines, grab those 3 remaining artifacts, and go on towards fighting Ridley. And as I have foreseen, Cameron gonna go find that flamethrower here in Magmore. Over at Lava Lake, which then routes back towards this elevator. Probably means we're gonna go do Flagra into Ghosts, leading Cameron to Grapple, which is not what Cameron is looking for. Then doing Ghosts for nothing noteworthy. Then probably taking that Grapple over to Magma Pool, because we can now with Warrior. And still not gonna find a Phazon suit. Yep. There's the way to the plant. gonna be the third artifact for CloudWrath. Which means it is Lower Mines time. A music thing, now that we actually do plant from the wrong side, it's not really active since we never triggered the cutscene. But the blocks that we need to destroy are still here, so we can just bomb them from the different side, from the wrong side, or from the other side, maybe. Deleting the fight before it even begins. Then trigger the cutscene and Flagger will be gone. There's the grapple beam for Cameron. Now, with Spider, Cameron can just do ghosts. And just some more missiles on ghosts. And the way Cameron intends to leave Lagra or ghosts does point me towards the intention of gonna do magma pool. Which are 3 items that all of them could be Phazon suit for all we know. Oh, there's a missile barrier in the way on the store. CloudWrath taking a safety save. And now Cameron tries to slip past the barrier here. As CloudWrath is taken the way back into Lower Mines. And oh, Hopper Dynamo. Right. Which is even more unfortunate because this is not the artifact that we collected way early in the seed, but this is an actual item. So there's no need for CloudWrath to ever come back here. I think. Pretty sure CloudWrath collected that artifact. Yeah. Another E-Tank. Which, to be fair, CloudWrath has only 6 off. Cameron almost double the amount. I think that's 11. Getting a bit annoyed by the pirates here. Phase on processing. And no warp. And no save. Yeah, so this is gonna be magma pool now for Cameron. Getting this stuck there. But do we have a power bomb here? I mean, Cameron has X-ray, so not having one isn't really harming them here in Magma Pool, given that we know that there is nothing behind this power bomb wall. Nope, they don't have one, so they only can look at this missile expansion. But CloudWrath has made it back. Will now be on the way to the lower mines. And just missiles over here at Magma Pool and Training Chamber. So this will now be Cameron going for Root Cave and Arbor Chamber, which I believe are the last things that Cameron can check in this game, except for Lower Mines, which we know has 3 artifacts. So there really is not much that could be there even. And Cameron has checked all the way to Central Dynamo, so like the only checks that are left in the game that are not artifacts are Omega Pirates, Metroid Quarantine A, and Fungal Hall Access. Well, and obviously Arbor Chamber, which Cameron has no need to pick up after getting phase on. Here we go into Root Cave. As CloudWrath has made it all the way over to Metroid Quarantine A already. There's that phase-on suit for Cameron. And yep, not even bothering checking Arbor Chamber. There is no need to. And also CloudWrath not even looking at what's over in Metroid Quarantine A, that it does not matter. a bit bullied here by the Metroids towards the end. Not too much trouble. Might still peek this upcoming item check here, in case it's another E-Tank to get a 7th. Of course, why not? Cheers, the power bomb expansion. CloudWrath getting a bit bullied by the Metroids here in in Fungal Hall. Hey? And Cameron now on the way back to Lower Mines. Yeah. Probably wants that power bomb. I mean, don't think they are strictly necessary. The crates in Central Dynamo should have enough for Cameron. We only need that one more. CloudWrath remembering about the artifact here and phase on mining tunnel. Not just simply rushing past it. Artifact number 4 collected. 2 will follow soon. One right here in this very next room. No, this is Fungal Hall. The other one was Metroid currently B. It wasn't one of the Bs, but not this one. So this should be checked that this does not matter. And accordingly, CloudWrath not even bother looking at it. Gets a bit bullied by this Metroid here though. So it is just a missile. Okay. Fully understand that move. Got CloudWrath stuck there somewhere. Makes it up here. And Cameron is hot on CloudWrath's heels. Already all the way up to Central Dynamo and almost into Metroid Quarantine A. See if Cameron picks up some more power bombs or well. Cameron. Yeah. Turning around, that's probably a good call, maybe by the mentor. You want at least one more power bomb. There's 2 that should be plenty. CloudWrath already in Metroid Quarantine B. We'll be picking up artifact number 5. Right there. Looks like CloudWrath is gonna go for a safety save here. Only 5 E-Tanks if you do miss that one cycle. on Omega Pirate. Health could be getting a bit annoying here, so there's no big need to take a risk here. I mean, on the other hand, it is a race. CloudWrath has not routed the best, but can maybe hope for the Phazon suit to be the ticket back into it after that very, very unfortunate start here. So hard to say how much CloudWrath can actually feel safe here to take additional safeties. But we know there is at least a little bit of leniency available. Oh, it gets spotted by the Omega Pirate, so fortunately it will not be able to have the easy first phase. Gonna try to work with some missiles. We do have plenty. 110 cap for CloudWrath as of this point, as Cameron has managed to pick up artifact number 4 and can certainly make up quite a bit of time on this Omega Pirate fight with a better first phase and then a 1 cycle, so this might get still quite close of a race. And I do think there is that ice spreader advantage on Cameron's side over CloudWrath, which can make a difference in the EXO fight. The Ice Pirates, nice to deal with, freeze them, shoot them as gone they are. Two missiles and a super. Yep, CloudWrath making sure not having skipped an artifact. Super for the next phase, and one more super should finish out the fight for CloudWrath here. There we go, nicely done. Another missile expansion. And now one last artifact to collect, which, interestingly enough, it looks like we will be getting to see a high 5 here from the runners, probably in Metroid Quarantine B, maybe actually in Elite Quarters. There's artifact number 6. So CloudWrath going back for that save station over at Metroid Quarantine B. Save back to the start as Cameron picks up artifact number 5. And there it actually is. High 5 from the runners. Somewhat. A rather distanced high 5, I guess. But they could wave at each other. That's the warp back for CloudWrath, Ridley, and then the final bosses left, as Cameron is about to get into the Omega Pirate fight. Oh, Cameron also getting spotted here. So no time save here, or no big time save at least here, for Cameron over CloudWrath. Which will allow CloudWrath to have a bit more time here on the final bosses fight, but using some of that already pre-Ridley, falling down all the way to the artifact temple. I mean, we are almost 2 hours in. It was a weird seed. CloudWrath had a very, very unfortunate start with 2 deaths, having to do the Hype Totem fight a total of 3 times. So yeah, focus might not be at 100% anymore, but it is still somewhat needed towards the end here. Cameron got him the first super here. And I'm not sure if Cameron actually shot 2 missiles in one of the phases before the super. And gets that super also blocked by the spawning pirates. Well, that's a 2 cycle at least for for Cameron here, which is even more time lost. CloudWrath going for the Ridley maneuver. Or not? Or it does? Trying for the snipe out of the dash, does not get it here. Ridley using its aspect ratio manipulation tactics. Now getting some decent hits in for CloudWrath. And snipe. 2 more phases. Gets a nice one immediately. And Ridley being nice towards the end. Oh, no, not going for the last super, so 1 more phase. Gets the snipe. Oh, but an invincibility phase. Oh, there we go. CloudWrath done with Ridley. Meanwhile, Cameron disposing of Omega Pirate on the way to that last artifact. And then we'll be following towards Ridley. See if CloudWrath manages a good impact crater climb. Looks like the head is going to be bonked there somewhere. There's the fish Metroid coming in to be annoying. Oh, that looked close. CloudWrath not really getting the hype. Spending a second power bomb here. Still have 5, but we do want to have a few maybe for essence later. There we go. Now they're on the standables. And once you got the first one, pretty easy to get the last. Cameron also falling in front of Artifact Temple. nerves probably kicking in at this point for both runners. So as CloudWrath has made it towards EXO. Do have super missiles. And CloudWrath missing the first immediately. And the second one. Come on, EXO. That was me. First sub-chamber done, starting with power again for CloudWrath. We'll get an additional super in. Very nice. Skipping half of the wave phase here for CloudWrath. Yep. Meanwhile, Cameron going for the Ridley minute. That's even nice intro in the last phase. Before the last intro, at least one dash, and now Ridley at least wants to have some dashes in. Really getting inside here. There we go. Super should end it. No. Cameron also getting the normal. But there we go. Slightly better Ridley for Cameron here. But CloudWrath is already about halfway through the EXO fight. Not taking the safety here, does not need to refill with 11 tanks. All visors and plenty of power bombs. There is not much that can happen to actually die here, probably. It's not taking the fast climb here in Impact Breaker though. By the Metroid, nope, gets through, very nice. And that's the third sub-chamber done already for CloudWrath. That's another power phase here to start. Can maybe get in an additional super. Positioning not very great for that. This is the part where CloudWrath can maybe lose quite a bit of time depending on the phase changes of EXO and the ability to land those slow ice shots or plasma shots. Nicely done here though. Cameron will have the ability to take Ice Spreader into the fight, which can certainly deal with a lot of annoying stuff, especially in the last phase of EXO. Doing good work here. Struggling a bit with the ice phase or ice transformation. Getting another power one. Nice for super. One last phase here. Can maybe get in an early super to make it easy for CloudWrath. Yeah, very well done. And it should be one last charge shot that needs to land. There we go. Exodon for CloudWrath. So only Essence left. We do have all visors. So in theory, it's just a formality. Question is, can CloudWrath avoid being pool skipped and deal with Essence in a reasonably fast time? CloudWrath not really going for the Ice Spreader show. Is gonna try to skip the next phase here though. You know? Oh, does not have any missiles anymore. Okay. Oh. That's awkward. Okay, we're going for full attack cancels. Or full cancels? Full cancels. Don't listen to me when I talk about that stuff. I still don't really know what I'm talking about most of the time. Bit better than the last attempt at full cancels. But that's a pool skip from the looks of it. Unfortunate. Has to wait now. And Cameron is not that far off anymore. Gets a super in here. No missiles again though. CloudWrath really needs to get Essence away from that body. You don't want to get pool skipped again here. That could actually allow Cameron to get back into this. Essence now camping immediately above the pool, being a bit annoying. Going for pool cancels again. Maybe I would just go for attack cancels here instead. Pool location is a bit awkward. Did get decent damage in. One last pool should be enough. Hopefully. But Cameron is into the Essence fight too. And that's a bad location for Essence. Laying the power bomb. This is thermal phase. And CloudWrath just unloading and has managed to beat Essence just as Cameron is starting the first. GG! What a race! CloudWrath finishing with the time of 2 hours, 4 minutes and 47 seconds. Has joined us here for the GG CloudWrath.
Howdy.
Okay, how do you feel? Did you manage to take to get your breath already? This was something.
I definitely took quite the beating in the beginning, and somehow still got out first. That I can't believe I managed to. It looks like I barely beat him too, because he's fighting Essence right now on the screen.
It got close towards the end again, though. Yeah, CloudWrath, Cameron finishing with a time of 2 hours, 6 minutes and 10 seconds. So about 90 seconds in difference. And
Jesus.
yeah, you spoke
like
to your start first, or early bad start, but you managed to turn it around. And,
yeah, it made us do some pretty, I guess, very aggressive plays that ended up working out.
Well, towards the end, sure, but especially that frigate frigate play might have actually cost you instead. Because those power bombs, while being nice to spot them there, weren't the only thing you were supposed to get from there.
True.
Yeah, Cameron did get through that part of the race way better, but we can just talk about them directly now. Cameron has also joined us here for the interview. GG.
GG. Wow, what a close finish.
Right?
Yeah, and you wouldn't think about, or you wouldn't think this, but we had two very, very different races here for the most part.
Yeah.
In big part because CloudWrath somehow not decided, but managed to basically start 15 minutes after you.
Oh no.
Yeah. I died twice, basically.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Going to Hive Totem, knowing about space jump boots on the first try, or first attempt there, though, so knew to go back for them every time, but not quite getting there, having to fight Hive Totem 3 times. It wasn't certainly a good start.
Wow.
No, it was not.
That kind of led to some decisions, though, that probably turned this race around, starting with an comparatively early plan, so having grapple, which then eventually led to getting Phazon suit way early out of Root Cave. But,
yeah. I spent a very long time just blindly wandering before eventually making it back to Chozo and fighting Flogger and getting the Phazon suit. But at that point, it was, I think I had wasted a lot of time checking a bunch of other checks.
On the other hand, you basically did what the seed wanted you to do for the most part, for the most time there, as basically the items early on, or for about 1 hour or more, kind of seemed to fall into your lap where you were going, because you went into Chozo, got that plasma, got that boost, were able to get that Varia, eventually going through Frigate for Spider, and everything just seemed like you were doing exactly the right thing, Cameron, until, where were X-Ray, where were Phazon?
Yeah, those two really just were the only two problems for me. Everything else was easy and within my reach.
Yeah, and shout outs to that various suit that you finally got out of Frost Cave, leading even further astray, which CloudWrath never
It was
found.
in Frost Cave.
Yeah.
It was in Frost Cave, I know. Going all the way through mines just to get to Pendrana.
So, which means CloudWrath never got Varia, and honestly never needed to. Like, it was just simply not required at all.
Yeah, very weird Varia placement.
That's crazy.
My mentor, Astrolekos, shout out to them, was telling me about how they recently played a seed which did the exact same thing of requiring going through mines or through frigate, through mines with gravity and thermal in order to get to Findrana. And when it ended up happening that way, I think we were both laughing at how cursed that particular setup was. But GG, great race. I'm excited to watch this one back.
GG. Oh, I'm
Right.
definitely gonna watch this one back.
It certainly was a great watch. There were some certain spots, Cameron, with you missing grapple and not getting storage depot B there and
Yes.
frustrating. Was that weighing on your mind heavily, or?
A bit. I knew it was unlikely that Phazon would be there, but I would have definitely been kicking myself pretty hard if that's where it ended up.
It was just a PB expansion, if I
I
remember
see.
correctly.
Yeah. By that time, though, when you were going past it, though, and CloudWrath actually managing to spot that Phazon, it could have been X-ray at that point still, which would have been way, way worse for you than what eventually ended happening with CloudWrath, having to go back out of mines to get that X-ray first. Because if CloudWrath would have been able to get that X-ray there, then this would have been 20, 30 minutes difference maybe.
Wow.
But yeah, the way it was panning out in the end there with CloudWrath, also having to go back for X-ray and then going back into mines, and you, Cameron, then being able to full clear the seat, but then routing from Phazon back to mines pretty quickly again made this as close as it was to the end. Both struggled a bit on OP. CloudWrath actually managing to getting the one cycle, maybe a big thing here.
Yeah, I think that must have made the difference, right? Like the extra minute it takes to get through that.
Yeah, could have been, certainly. And yeah, then CloudWrath having a bit of a struggle there on, or not a struggle, but not having Ice Spreader, certainly making Exo not as fast as it could have been.
EXO
So
took
there-
a while.
Yeah. And getting that pool skip on Essence was also not the nicest thing to happen. So CloudWrath went with a little bit more of an advantage into Ridley and Exo than it was towards the end, but yeah, it came down. It got pretty close again towards the end. And certainly a great race to watch.
Mhm.
But yeah, now that you're both done with the mentored phase of this tournament, and especially after the seeds, what is there something you take from the first 5 weeks, and or what maybe are the biggest things you take away from the mentor part, going into the bracket phase where you will be without a mentor in your races?
For me, the biggest thing is just I've learned a whole bunch of tricks over the course of these weeks. At the start of this tournament, I really just wanted to expand my trick knowledge, and I'm pretty happy with how that's happened. So
Most of it's been the talking with my mentor and doing like the, I guess, divining of just like, okay, we just got this item. It wants us to go to this location way over there. Is a pretty useful thing that I'll try to emulate on the next few rounds if I get through.
yeah, absolutely. Best of luck with the bracket.
You'll be there too.
True. Best of luck to both of us with the bracket.
True.
Definitely best of luck for all the runners that will be moving into the bracket stage. Which is all of them that are still participating. The Swiss phase is more for seeding for the bracket phases. But yeah, starting from next week, I believe that should be everyone can prove what they've learned so far when they have to do it all on their own. Yeah. but I think that's everything that I have to ask about. I mean, there's probably a lot that we could go into over this seed because there was so much going on, but I don't know. Maybe we don't need to go over every detail of it. Is there something special that you or specific that you might want us to go into, or are you happy to have being done with this for now?
Just the highlight really was that Varia suit location for me.
I can't believe there was something on plant for once.
True, yeah.
It actually worked out for you, and I'm not sure if Varia could have been on Ghosts the way the seed was. I don't exactly know how all of that works with you're not being expected to save warp by the logic. But I mean,
the other thing to shout out is the fact that with Gravity Suit in Life Grove and Power Bombs in Frigate, the expected routing would have been to go into Frigate without Gravity, get Power Bombs, and then go all the way back out to get Gravity.
That's exactly what I did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was in part because with that early deficit, CloudWrath went for an earlier frigate crash that climbed into backwards Chozo without Plasma Beam and without Boost Ball. So when then getting Thermal there right there at Overgrown Cavern, immediately turning around and going for Cargo Freight Lift. So
Nice.
yeah. Then going back into for Chozo, still not having boost, so weren't able to get Gravity immediately, but yeah. Kinda did the seeds in a way the logic expected them to. Which, as we have seen time and time again, is probably not the fastest thing to do.
No.
Yeah. I think that's everything I have. If you have not done so, leave the runners a follow. The links are in the chat if you want to do that. We'll be getting at least one more race for everyone in the bracket stage, so you don't miss it. But yeah, this was not the last race for today of week 5 here. We will have 2 more races, one starting in about 2 hours on this channel between Bello Kuikuni and Ivy Paw. Again, don't miss this one. Both runners, the only ones, are standing 4-0 right now. So one remains undefeated throughout the Swiss stage. If there's one race to watch, it's probably that one. But if you still haven't watched enough Rando, there will be one more at 7:30 p.m. between the Hammer and Hawk, also here on SpeedGaming 2. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Big shout outs and thanks again from myself to our runners here for this great race you put on. Even with all the issues that happened to get this one started.
Yes, thank you so much for your patience. I'm working on a laptop setup because I'm traveling and ended up having to update my graphics drivers in order to stream the game. So glad we were able to get this through, and thank you for graciously offering to reset after the first issues.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I did that and then immediately lost 15 minutes to dying twice and was deeply regretting my decision.
Glad it worked out for you in the end.
And I mean, we as viewers are probably even more glad because without that, we would have seen this glorious of a seed. Probably. Yeah, no, that's it. Thanks for watching, and see you next mission.
See you next mission.
See you next mission.